Alright guys, check the percent, we're done here. Game's over, you can go home now. For everybody else that's still here, welcome back to the Desolate Hope. That's right, we could go over 100% because we are robots. We'll put in 200%. Previously, I fought 2 Enigmanities in one day. And we're about to finish off Mirad Simulation, the Miradmore. Which I found out is a combination of the word Mirad and the Moore's Law. Which really doesn't have much to do with Mirad. It's a law that states that the amount of semiconductors in some kind of computer part will double every 2 years. Or 2.5 years. So it's not that important, but it's at least notable. And I got all of my conditionals from this place too. So that's another thing that happened. Off screen, when you didn't see it. I also got Alphus a bunch of snow globes because I quested for them. We got On Enemy Turn, which I have it set to heal, because why the heck not? And every 10 seconds, let's do a 1 second stun. Doesn't really help our charge tweak. We need several charge tweaks in a row to start getting more. So that ain't gonna help us any to have one every 10 seconds. If you guys remember from the last video, Mirad is having a spiritual moment. She's starting to see ghosts inside the machine. Maybe it's true, maybe it's false. She's still convinced of it, so let's just let her play it out. Especially since the programmers were rude. They turned off their sleeping mode. They would be able to retire to their low power functions and just rest for a little bit, but apparently they just turned it off for some reason. Look, these people are trying to save the human race here. I think you should let them take a few power naps in the middle of it. The human race ain't going anywhere. And the energy's being drained. Being put into the Theta simulation, I believe. We need to nip that thing in the bud. We have to save it. What she means by it is that her voice that she's hearing. The one that's suffering. The one that he is trying to help. I wonder who that he is. But once again, this virus is hidden. But not hidden well enough. I know where it is. We're gonna have to go into the area which I kinda touched upon, but I forgot it was important. Also, the walls are blinking now because I have the X-ray goggles, which allow me to see what walls I can break or walk through. You can see it there with it looks like a pair of spectacles with X's over them. Like a knocked out Lloyd or something. But we're gonna have to go into this area. It's a little underwater maze that's got set up because, you know, everybody loves their underwater mazes. I say that with absolutely no sarcasm at all. You are ridiculous if you think that's sarcasm. But I also want to check out that room up there. This room doesn't have anything important, I don't think. I mean, I've been to the rooms that have the sub-games in them, so this is new to me. Oh hey, check it out! That's a new thing! No, not that thing I just destroyed. That's just one of those little sub-bosses, mini-bosses things. You know what? Platforming mode could go for some bosses. But this is another hack chip. Now I can hack 3 times in battle. Every simulation, I think, except for Molenz's, has at least 1 hack chip in it. Don't quote me on that, though. And you know what? Mirad said she's having a problem recreating humans, but she could obviously make fish. Fish and humans aren't that far apart, as far as I know. I mean, humans are usually fish at some time in their development, before they become babies. So, there's that. All you need to go is through a few more species, and there you go. You got human. They stop disappearing every 5 seconds. And sometimes you could find them sinking in the water, because they just decided to spawn there. That's the next virus, but I want to grab bits, because I can. I have a ton of bits. Watch out, virus. I exterminated all the Enigmanities. It's time to fight the final boss of Miradmore. We're going to be going really quick through these simulations now, because I'm kind of getting all powered up. Which means I could get through these bosses really quickly. Wow, this music sounds familiar. It's Viren again! He's back! And he has less speed because I hacked it. That is my rebuttal, good sir. You know what? I'm invulnerable for a while, too. Deal with it. Oh, hey, buddy. You know what? Ice Bomb. Oh, he just reset his speed. I don't like him. You can hack his speed. That's one of the other abilities hack lets you do. But, unfortunately, is not happening in my favor today. Okay, mini-game time. Mini-game, pets, status effects. That's what I'm about today. Especially the mini-games that will give me speed very, very quickly. So I can get lots and lots of charges. And also, I need my invulnerability time back, too. Alright, all mini-games are up. It's murder time! Also, it's murder time for him, too, because he's using Abandon. This is a bad ability. Cure that immediately. Why? Because it inflicts ability, status effect on you that is called Drain. And Drain is pretty much super, super poison. It'll drain your health bars ridiculously fast. And if you do not take care of it, you will lose. It's like one of those things you must cure. Or at least become invulnerable to for a little while. One grief I do have about these battles while trying to commentate is there's so much going on, so much I have to take care of, that I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing, because look, I don't even have autoplay anymore. I didn't realize I lost minigames. There's just so much that requires my concentration. So, usually when I play this by myself, I usually just fall silent and just focus for a little while. Alright, what I really need is speed. I'm going to have to manipulate some of my minigames to give me speed. Radeon Omega is the Digitoaster of this guy, and he'll just annihilate people using it. Oh good, Pep Talk, exactly what I need. Thank you. You see? This is great having Amos around. It's just fantastic. You know what? Every time I pre-play one of these Viren viruses, I usually destroy him really easily. But then I put it on camera and he becomes a pain in my butt. But not too much of a pain in my butt, because he's dead now. That 100,000 HP did not help in the least. It just made the battle last a little bit longer. Hopefully we'll never see this guy again. Spoiler, viruses come in 4s. I don't know where that came from. You didn't hear anything. Oh, check out that damage per second. I am going to shoot for 1,000,000. Sooner or later. And Coffee's back in a nice mood. We accomplished so much in Miradmore. This was a program for digital representation. Basically, if something doesn't have a feature in the real world, it could have one in the digital world. So, basically, this program was designed to add an organism that does not have a face. That's really, really specific. It doesn't have the proper intelligence, it doesn't have a face, and it's a human being. I can't imagine anything like that. Was she accounting for circus freaks to join her simulation? Because that's the only thing I could think of. Oh, Mirad. We do want to talk to Mirad. She does have something important to say after we've defeated the Viren virus of her simulation. Malens, of course, is being all gloomy and thinks he's the center of everybody's digital universe. And fortunately, the static isn't too much worse before the Viren and after the Viren, so luckily we don't have to deal with too much more of this frame killer static. I don't like it. I don't like it, Scott. Why does it have to be here? There's so many other ways you could have dictated corruptions. You could have made text go all wonky. The backgrounds could be freaking out. You didn't have to overlay a really annoying graphical effect. But the time of the robots is over now. We'll never know what happened to Earth. There's so many questions that'll never be answered. And to think, there used to be so many transmissions from Earth in the past. She enjoyed all the conversations she had with the mother base, or whatever they called it. All she listens to is the movements of these spirits. The one who disappears and reappears changed. The one that comes and goes. Could they be viruses? Could this one suffering? Could she be a virus? I guess we'll never know the answers to any of these questions. But she's just gonna hang around in her dying simulation. This will become her afterlife. But hey, at least she has a blue moon. The virus didn't go for that. So, that's some recompense right there. But we're gonna go ahead and help out somebody else. I was giving Alphus a whole bunch of snow globes, so he'll probably be very happy to see me. I caught him up with pretty much everybody else. I think everybody else is like level 7 or 8. He's like level 6 or so. I wish there was a panel that lets you see what levels they are. Not like it's important, it's just a little bit more damage and a little bit more health. What's really important is getting those upgrades that you buy off the algo. That's what really makes you powerful. And also having conditionals in place. That also makes you ridiculously powerful. This is one of the few RPGs where level means very, very little in the long run. But we've been here before, the Alphen Domes. Now, this looks like something that I would imagine when you say Habitat for Humans on another world. This is it right here. Biodomes. And here's Alphus. He is actually a rather friendly fellow. Welcome to the Alphen Domes. This is actually our 9th meeting. Wait a second, did decos were Coffee's idea? Looks like he's been tooling around with the idea of having someone do the virus fighting for him. We are a digital counterpart, Deco 9. Coffee has apparently been taking apart old CPUs and trying to make them into virus fighters. But since we're a video game, we have a unique perspective and we can really kill viruses very well. Video games are all about fighting viruses, or so I heard. No one has ever played my game because there's no humans on the station. The virus actually killed off a few of the decos, but Coffee actually is a veteran virus fighter. Well, no wonder he's a little bit cocky when we go and decode things without him asking. He's actually trying to show us the ropes of virus fighting. We talked to that guy before. He says, hey, I'm not an enemy. The next virus is in the Fall Dome. We're gonna have to check that out next. And also, this is a clue to finding the old wrench, if you haven't done it already. It's like Scott assumed that you'd be going to fight all the 1.0 viruses first, instead of doing it in the order I'm doing it. But yeah, nothing in the game really tells you that you have to collect all the items at nighttime before you can actually go ahead and find that wrench. I've made that mistake on my first playthrough too. I thought you could just go out and find it after seeing that dialogue. Nope, it doesn't work that way. This is not the Fall Dome. This is the Winter Dome. But there's a new guy here. Is this guy? Sandbox. He's selling special weapons. I'm equipping powerful robots with the 10% Inferno of Doom, the parasitic life-eating amoeba, and the chance of space lasers. Ha 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 ha! I just love the sound of that. There's the chance of space lasers. It's tentative. You don't know when the space lasers are coming and then they destroy you. Those are weapons that'll automatically fire randomly during a virus fight. It's basically additional damage. And it's buffed by all of your stats and your power-up bars and everything else. This is the Fall Dome. It's been designed for ideal living conditions for humans. A human paradise with flying robot bees that shoot plasma. And Viren in the back. Look! It's Viren! Just lording over us. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's like we've come across his home, and he's staring at us through the security cameras. Going, what the hell are you doing here? Hey, you blew up my robot! You know what? I'm gonna mess with this stuff. Welcome to the Alphen Dome subgame. These subgames are actually a little bit larger in the final parts of the area. You really gotta know which way you're going. of course, there's a shopkeeper in every area, but it's so easy to get lost. Actually, I think I'm lost already. I don't think that's the way I'm supposed to go. I'm going up this way. And battling bats! They follow me everywhere! Ever since La Milana, I've been seeing bats. I need a wound-up t-shirt. I need to chase them down and go, slay the bats! Slay the bats! You, robots! You are not bats, so I'm okay with you, but you're also filled with cabbage. So, sorry. I'm gonna have to destroy you for my rabbit friend. As you can see, the enemies have upgraded. Instead of the smiley faces, we now have eyeballs that act like the skulls, except we could blow them up. And the shooty giant robot guy, he shoots more bullets. That's pretty much about it. I don't think there's an upgraded version to the spawner guy, though, so... That makes Mirad more still the place to go if you want bits. Oh, where can the rest of this stuff be? Where is the fissure at? Do you guys know where fissure is? You guys kind of remind me of the eyeballs that spawn out of nowhere in Blaster Master. Just saying. I think it might be in this room. I had to debat it first. I had to debat it. No, that ain't it. Jeez, where could that be? I'm trying to remember where the fissure is. I know you don't walk through any of the north or south walls this time. Some of the subspace areas require you to do that. But no, unfortunately, I think I might have gone not far enough. Or maybe I'm just not hitting the right walls. That doesn't look like a wall. Of course, that could just be the laser grid eating my bullet. So I have to debat this area too. Deco, Bat Exterminator. I've upgraded from Virus. Viruses are what you practice on to fight bats. You know what? Maybe it is over this way. Ah! Destructible wall. Oh, it's just you. Hi, how you doing today? Sell me a digital muffin and get out of my hair. Digital muffin just heals your subspace damage back to full. And I've been taking a lot of that, so I need my muffins. Banana nut digital muffins. Mmm. They're digitastic. They're digilicious. There we go. That is a slogan that you could take to the digital market. Enough with the bats! I'm okay with shooting robot. I am not okay with shooting bat, because bats, their very existence is a bane to me. Get me out of the bat-infested hellhole. Thank you. This is a fissure that must die because of spawning bats. I'm sorry, it's out of principle. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a boxcar in this simulation, so... I'll head back to Malens one of these days and set the conditional for that. I really hope it's the one I want. But I'll be hunting them down. I'll be finding out where the rest of them are and doing them off screen. And we'll have so many more conditionals to play with. I'm pretty sure the one I am looking for is somewhere in this area, this simulation. But it's time to fight the first virus of Alphus' domain. And then we could call it a break for today. I kind of like Alphus' zone. It's nice and simple, it's a little short. Gets me to the viruses quicker. Which is good, because that's all that's left in the game, is fight virus! You're not allowed to have any speed. Sorry. I have declined your speed privileges. Especially since I'm going to get minigames and just, you know, completely wreck you. That's the chance of space lasers. You can see they fire very quickly. It's just additional damage you should be doing at all times. Especially against these harder bosses. Gargarin really loves his status effects. He has the meanest ones in the game. He has the one that could inflict Drain on you, that we've just seen. He has one that inflicts Reverse, that makes you damage yourself. He has Packworm, of course. My bane. The bane to my entire existence. I don't like it. I don't like it. Just thinking about Packworm makes me violent enough to kill. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Killing. Even with the strike button, I will kill. I will kill all that he is and everything that he will be. Because he'll also be killed. And thus he died. Through my rage. I gotta admit, this guy is actually pretty cool looking. I like the lightning motif he has going on. The red lightning skin. Red lightning skin lizard. That would be his Zelda title if he ever joined the Zelda series. Dear Garen, skin lightning lizard guy. Ah, would you like to see what I found this time? You look like you're in a great mood today. No, he is not in a great mood. I'm still convinced that Scott writes these dialogues, convinced in knowing that people would do these in 1.0 order. It was for simulating weather. Well, I saw a lot of weather going on in Alphys' simulation. There's so many more vital things it could go after. Oh well, there's another infected item. We'll just store that away. Alphys doesn't need weather in his simulation. It looks like he has it pretty well in hand. It looks like he's really going by the book, and I like that. Next time, we're going to help Alphys out some more. I'm going to go ahead and grab those sub-games and all that. Nighttime is drawing near. I'm going to grab more snow globes and stuff. Good night, folks.